How did the first president of the United States end up in your time? While investigating a strange glow on the grounds of my Mount Vernon estate, I was pulled through a tear in the fabric of space-time and flung into the chaos of this far future America. I am what you would call a founding father. My name is George Washington. Welcome to my podcast, The Chop Down with George Washington. Upon my arrival, I began hearing my name and the names of my contemporaries bandied about by the vacuous talking heads on the cable news channels, as well as every member of the political class in an attempt to give legitimacy to their arguments. I am here to set the record straight. And after years of acclimation, major dental work, and sponging in all the salient details since my time, I can come to only one conclusion about 21st century Americans. You're all slaves. Trust me, having owned hundreds of my fellow human beings from the time I was 11 years old, I know what I'm talking about. Not only that, but even after 2.5 centuries, and with the miracles of technology, I am truly astounded by how poorly educated and easily deceived you all have remained. Nothing has changed. The white aristocracy continues to rule without challenge, and you, the slaves, remain docile, working yourselves to the bone while we reap all the spoils. Yet somehow still believing that those sentiments committed to paper, that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness were somehow meant for you. No, the War of Independence was instigated by us, founding fathers, because the British Crown sought to loot our coffers to pay for its war debts, but most egregiously, it threatened to abolish the institution of slavery that had been ever so profitable for our colonies. And once the poor white farmers we had coerced to fight had won our independence, we set out to create a sovereign entity where we would reign supreme to conduct our affairs without oversight or accountability. Why do you think the Republic was designed this way? To keep you, the slaves, far away from the mechanisms of power. Because after everything we had achieved, we were not going to let it be squandered by you. And this altruistic bent that you burden upon our legacy is grossly misstated. We were not bestowed with some blasphemous God-given right. For heaven's sakes, what kind of God do you believe in that would sanctify a group of white men who owned slaves and whose only motivation was unchecked power? And to clarify how much things haven't changed, let me tell you a story. I was at best a mediocre man, with limited skills and a big old horseshoe lodged deep inside my colon. I inherited most of my wealth, made one catastrophic mistake after the next. French and Indian War, anyone? Shh, that was me. Never once taking responsibility for any of it, yet I still managed to fail all the way up to be President of the United States. Sound familiar? Let's see what's going on in the chat.